All right, so I wanted to make a quick video. There's an awesome blog post that Carey Newhoff posted, and he's talking about like just the metrics of how many people like watch your live streams and stuff. And this is something that's this is because there's a lot of churches that are getting some false hope, and the reason they're getting this false hope is because they're looking at numbers that are kind of inflated. Facebook, for one, the number of views on a video for Facebook, it literally says, if you look into your analytics from that's how many people watched at least 3 seconds. That's that number. So if you have like 100 views, they only saw it for 3 seconds, and that's usually just if they like your page and they scrolled past it. And they got autoplay on. That's all it was. For the most part, it's people going through your stuff, scrolling by, and they may even have been looking at something below your post, but it's auto-playing above, and you're not getting that view really. I mean, it's playing. You got the metric, but that's it, man. The real thing to look at is there's actually, and Neuenhoff actually addresses this in the post. He says, really, you look at the 1 minute, who's watching it for at least a minute, because that's going to typically be someone who actually watched it. But that's even trickier too, because I'll be honest, I haven't watched a service all the way through. I usually stop watching them. I mean, I'm sorry, I got kids, and they're a little restless. They don't understand that that's church, and I'm at to stop, leave it. I might come back, might finish watching it, but like, is that really even a view? That's questionable too. If you have YouTube and you live stream to YouTube, they'll tell you that's inflated views too, because it's not. It'll tell you inside your analytics for YouTube how average amount of time that someone watched it, and I guarantee you, it's not going to tell you that if it's an hour-long video, that the average viewer watched an hour or even 50 minutes. It's probably going to be something like 10, 15, 20 minutes, probably at the most. And I'm just making that up as I go, but we have to understand the metrics are not going to be able to be measured by what's being reported, because it's really about the engagement with the video. And if you want to really track the numbers for your viewers in live streams, you need to be interactive. You need to have someone monitoring it. You need to have someone seeing and engaging people as they join. I think Taze Valley Church of God, I think I turned on their live stream once, and somebody was there and was like, "Hey Rob, how you doing?" And I was like, "Whoa, hey." That's a good way. That's a good way to see actually who is actually in your live stream and seeing it. And then that's also a way to engage, because hopefully that person will then respond. So then you actually have actual metrics that you can look at. I think, honestly, the best way to do it is to probably have it where you're taking a query throughout the video. Hey, right now, like I start most of my sermons, and I actually give people a hashtag or a phrase to put in their social media. And so, like that can be something that you use, and you can say, hey, listen, if Jesus is real, I want you to just type Jesus is real as a comment right now. That way, the engagement you're having at that moment. And then you can do the same thing at the end. Hey, I want you to respond and say you've been touched by this message, or hey, this service has changed my life, or I really felt edified by the Holy Spirit in this moment, or something like that at the end. That then can be your metric, and you can say, okay, someone literally watched this, and because you're going to go back and you can see there are going to be timestamps on those things too. So if someone watches after the fact, you'll know that too. But you can also know if someone watching during your live stream too. So I think that's probably the best way to address the metrics for church live streams. You're always going to have inflated numbers from YouTube and Facebook and all these different streaming services. So be careful, be mindful of that. I don't want you. Carey gets very enthusiastic about it. I mean, because it is kind of cool. But you really have to understand, it's probably just the people who've liked your page, have scrolled past, and maybe a portion of those people have watched it. Hopefully it's your regular attenders. They shared it. And then you have to understand, then that's where your inflation's coming from. Because if you have 100 people, worshiping at your church, and 100 people are actually watching it from home, 100 people share it. Well, guess what? 100 people and each have, let's just say they have 500 friends each. That's the inflation. So these radical numbers that people are saying like, oh my gosh, 10,000 people watched our online service for Easter. No, no, I seriously doubt it. It's the, these churches that are getting actual 10,000 people watching their service, they've been doing it for a while. They've been the ones that have been streaming since before this pandemic. So, that's the ones who are getting the real numbers. So anyways, I hope that helps. I hope that clarifies what's going on with these numbers. So if you watch this video all the way through, type as a comment, let's see here, Rob's at Target. So, because that's where I'm at right now. All right, bye.